Hello everybody, welcome to our Friday lunch chat. I'm knitting away fast and furious here on a little new shop sample that we thought we would do, and of course I started it. It's an older pattern of mine, and immediately I was full of all of these little small nitpicky changes that I want to make. So I thought, okay, this will be a really fun way to help new knitters through some of the things that I think more advanced knitters take for granted. Some of the techniques, such as like the backward loop cast on. It uses that technique in here. There's a little bit of seaming, garter stitch. So I'm going to make a bunch of videos with all of those little techniques, add them to our YouTube channel, and it'll be a great little kind of an introductory knitter's first sweater type of thing. It's a baby sweater. I'll finish this row and then I'll show you what it looks like here. So I'm working in the Haiku Simply Worsted spray, which we did a shop sample of the Carbeth pullover with, and we had nearly a full skein left over, and that's what got us thinking about doing this little sweater. So let me see if I can make it lay. It's one of those that folds in half. Here we go. So there she is. So I'm working on the left front right now. I've got the right half of the right sleeve attached to my needle over here on hold, so I'll go back and pick that up. So the great thing about this little sweater is that it's all knit in one piece, and then you just do a quick little underarm side seam when you're done. So it's fun. It's fun finding new life in older patterns, and it's also fun to go through and look at how I wrote patterns 10 years ago and then be a little bit mildly appalled and think, okay, I can clean this up a little bit, make it sound a little more coherent. So I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to our Friday lunch chat, and it's always fun facing the weekend and all of the knitting potential the weekend can hold. Right now my plate is so full of knitting, I don't even know what to do. There are not enough hours in the day to knit the things I need to knit right now. In addition to the baby sweater that I just showed you, I've got a couple other ideas of patterns that I'm going to rework with some new amazing yarns that we got, and I have at least 3 things in the bags back here waiting to cast on, and that's in addition to all the things that I've got currently on the needles. I don't know how am I going to do it? How do I get all these things knit? It's just not enough time. We also have these really cool samples that we're working on that we just pulled the yarn for in the shop that I can't tell you about because they're a secret still, but they are for something new coming out in October, and we are going to make up a bunch of samples of this thing so that we have them ready when it's ready. So that's really exciting too. I wish I could show you all the yarn that we picked out for him because it's beautiful. I am going to show you a whole bunch of hats though, because it's Hat Central up in here. I mean, we are called Not Another Hat. So, so first of all, one of our Happy Hour Club patterns from the past Happy Hour Club earlier this year is now available to the public. So this is Hammerish, and I'm going to put it on. So I'll get close here so you can see the texture. Hammerish is a worsted weight beanie, super straightforward, but I've got a nice tubular cast on here, so it's good and stretchy, and it has a great little bottom edge. You can get all the texture in there. I designed Hammerish in the Pachinku Conscious, Qanchis, which is a 80% merino, 20% alpaca. Absolutely delicious. It's naturally dyed, and it's gorgeous yarn, but any worsted weight will work. Thank you, Ingrid. So you can make that in 130 yards of worsted weight yarn, I think it is. So that pattern's now on our website and on Ravelry. It's called Hammerish, Hammerish, and that is a term that Ben Franklin coined for being a little bit tipsy. So I wish I was a little hammerish right now. Next up, all these next 3 hats, I'm not kidding you, Jill knit them last weekend. All of them. She like knits a hat in a hot minute. Okay, so the first one is with the brand new Rowan cashmere tweed that we just got in. Here we go. Can you see the pattern in there? So this beauty is Tincture by Andrea Mowry, and it just uses one skein each, one little 25-gram ball each of the Rowan cashmere tweed. We used the gray and the gold, and it's adorable. I always just want to steal the hats that Jill's made. On that quick note, I was reminded of a hat that I lost at Edgefield McMinimum's a couple years ago. And there's this double-edged sword about losing one of your hand knits, right? So we all love to knit, and we all probably love to knit fairly obsessively. And sometimes we don't even have enough applications for all the things we want to knit. And so that if you lose a knit, it can be sad and tragic, especially when it's your favorite knit, like that was my favorite hat. But also, are we ever really that sad about the excuse to get to knit something else to replace it? No, right? Okay. So this hat is in the Blue Sky Eco Cashmere, which is that blend of 50% virgin cashmere, 50% recycled cashmere, and it uses 3 colors. And you guys, I wish you could feel through the screen. This hat is so yummy. So here we go. Nice little color block hat, and you can wear it slouchy as well, and you could put a great pom-pom on here. Let me get it on slouchy. There we are. Works just as well that way. So this took 1 skein each of 3 colors, and I'm telling you, Jill had enough yarn afterwards that she just didn't feel like that was a sufficient place to stop, and she busted out this hat as well. How cute is this? Oh crap, I forgot the name. Okay, I'll add the name to the comments from this video when we post it, when it's over. I can't remember the name of this one. So, thank you, Ingrid. But isn't this adorable? So, okay, not only did she get this hat and this hat out of these 3 skeins, this is what she's got left of 2 of the colors still. Right? So you could get a lot of projects out of 3 skeins of this Eco Cashmere. Super, super, super luxe. So gorgeous. So yeah, if you didn't see the newsletter that came out on Wednesday, I've published a new video on yarn over techniques. So there's some coverage of some of the questions that tend to come up when people are trying to make yarn overs with different stitch patterns bordering them. So sometimes your yarn over, if you are coming from a knit stitch but heading to a purl stitch, can be different from the yarn over you make if you're coming from a purl stitch and heading to a knit stitch. So if you would like clarification on that, or you didn't know there was differences in yarn overs, you can find those videos on our website. Click on the resources up at the top and then videos, or you can also go to our YouTube channel, Not Another Hat, where you can find all of our videos. These Friday live chats always get posted there if you want to get caught up on those, as well as all the technique videos that I share periodically in the newsletter. So yeah, if you want to see more information on yarn overs, head over there. Let's see, what else was I going to talk to you about? Oh, you know, I said my brain was too full and I have too much knitting. Here's all the things I jotted down that I want to create. I don't expect that you can read that, but each of those little sections is a new thought on a design that I want to do. There's not enough hours. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's so much. Anyways, I thought of another shawl that I'm going to work up in that Sultano Fine I showed you guys last week. So, on that note, I don't have a ton else to talk about today, but I just was wanting to point out to you, in case you haven't noticed, get my hair back to normal here, there's definitely 2 new trends that I see on the rise right now, and texture is one of them. So maybe moving away a little bit from all of that color work that was happening, all the yoked sweaters and even some of that speckledy fading, things like that, and moving into getting texture out of our knits with solids or very semi-solid tonals. I'm seeing that all over. And then the other thing that is so hot right now is mohair. like the mohair silk that you can hold with another yarn for a nice halo on your fabric, or even just double on its own and get this kind of ethereal, airy fabric. And Laura, McMonday Magic, she follows a lot of test knitters for just all over the map, like various people that test knit for different designers, and she is seeing mohair projects in these test knits left and right. And so I'm kind of excited about that because we have so many great mohairs right now. We've got the perennial Kid Silk Haze, which just, it never goes out of style, right? It's just gorgeous all the time. And we have the Farmer's Daughter Mighty Mo, which is 70% mohair, 30% silk, and it is in hand-dyed colors that are gorgeous. And then we have Monostellar Aguay Cabrito, which is a mohair poly blend, also in kettle-dyed, hand-dyed colors. So there's just so many options to choose from. And so if you look through, like if you go to the Ravelry pattern browsing page where you browse the patterns in the Hot Right Now filter, so that's like selecting what's hot right now at the top, and then you type in the search query mohair and search within the Hot Right Now, and there's just some really amazing fun stuff. Specifically, I found somebody I hadn't really looked too closely at before, which is Petite Knitter, and she's out of Europe. But she makes a lot of beautiful things with mohair and mohair blends. Lots of sweaters, hats. I found a couple things that we're going to do as shop samples stat. So anyways, keep your eyes out for all of that beautiful mohair and texture coming down the pike with the new designs, etc. right now. And if you need some of that in your life, you know where to find it. Right out that door over there. So I'm gonna cut the video off now because I got so much to do and I gotta go knit. So yes, Ingrid, you're right. I knew that's why that was familiar. That sweater you just finished for your mom is from the Petite Knitter. She just has really gorgeous stuff, doesn't she? Yeah. So, and I can't wait to see your mom in that sweater. Excuse me. So anyways, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. Knit, or crochet, or whatever it is that you love to do with fiber. I hope I'll be doing the same. So take care, everybody.